So all this week, Homefront has been with the Navy in Norfolk, Virginia, and out in the Atlantic on the aircraft carrier USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. And you've seen so many aspects of how our sailors are serving. And I discovered the Navy is always planning for the worst to be the best.
As close to reality without the risk.
That's your tracer rounds. That's showing where your shots are going.
The Navy has a simulator for just about everything.
Okay, I have to have authorization. But once you get authorization, they've determined that this is an enemy vessel or a threat. Correct. To the crew, then yep, go and take it out. Yep.
Michael Turner is walking me through the ins and outs of this patrol boat simulator. It helps train sailors for very specific missions.
We are providing a service to high-value units going in and out of port.
The simulator is surrounded by 4 screens. The scenarios play out as close to the real world as possible. They call it stress inoculation.
You make a mistake in here, you still live.
I reset the program and we continue on.
Full dive, both planes.
Here I'm initiating a dive in this Los Angeles-class submarine simulator. Everything here is a replica of the real sub so that sailors can go from this driver's seat to the real thing.
Well, you just totally feel the...
Realism is everything.
We actually learn how to drive and use muscle memory by how much you actually push. Right. Will be, however many degrees on stern planes or bow plane.
Driving 1 minute to fighting a water leak next.
It definitely reminds personnel on submarines when they get sent to one that it's a game of seconds.
This water leak simulator teaches sailors how to stop the water intrusion and is a requirement for all sailors to go through before going on a submarine for duty. And while you don't want that scene to play out, you will need water for this.
When a fire goes down, it's usually still in a confined space.
Lieutenant Commander Matthew Campbell says fires can pop up from faulty switches and control panels. Even a load of laundry on a ship or submarine can stop a mission.
Most likely place is the dryer, the lint.
As far as fires go, flooding, if we don't take care of the damage underway, the ship's going down.
Sailors Seth Carter and Colleen Branham are part of damage control on the USS Gettysburg. From water leaks to fires, they're the ones who are responsible when those seconds count.
When we're underway, you don't have a fire department that you can call. You don't have an emergency services. We are the emergency services.
The gear they use is no different than their civilian counterparts in your local fire department. Putting me through the paces, it's clear why the training is so critical. Because every second wasted getting ready matters.
So you have 12 minutes to get your hose team dressed out, body checked, and in space, putting the cold, wet stuff on the red hot stuff.
So what you're saying is I need a little more training.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
While I'm not quite ready to respond as a damage controlman, I know these sailors are ready, as are all the men and women I've met throughout my naval journey this week. From gliding on air and real-world connections, the sailors who've left home behind are each doing their part to protect our way of life. And with that, I leave them to do their work, as we as a community wait to welcome them back home.
By the way, I'm not the first journalist here at WCPO to take a closer look at Navy operations. The legendary WCPO anchor Al Shuttlecotty received this plaque from the crew of the USS Cincinnati, a Los Angeles-class submarine. It's back in the 80s. Here's video of Al receiving this plaque, in fact, while on board December of 1982. WCPO was the first civilian news station to get the green light to actually go on board due to the high level of security at the time, as Al described in his reporting there. And while the submarine was decommissioned in 1996, Al's visit lives on in our archives. The half-hour special is available to watch along with my 5-part special this week over on WCPO.com/Homefront and as well on our YouTube channel if you'd like to check that out. It was very fun watching some of the old clips there, Val, on the
That's
on
really
the sub
cool.
well.
I've been your fanboy all week, and it didn't stop tonight. That was terrific again.
Thank you very much.
And the old stuff with Al Shuttlecotty. Come on.
That's great from the archives.
That's good stuff.